Lokati here. We're going to be taking a look at the official intro game trailer on No Rest for the Wicked. This is a new action RPG similar to POE, D4, Last Epoch, etc., etc. That's launching in 13 hours. It looks phenomenal. The art is amazing.
Hey everyone, I'm Thomas.
This is
And I'm Gennady.
This is an introduction for their other games, which we don't care about right now, so we're going to jump straight to No Rest for the Wicked.
With No Rest for the Wicked, we decided to handcraft an entirely seamless world. Nothing in this game is procedurally generated.
Oh, I like that. No procedural generation.
Instead of moving across a randomly generated flat plane, throughout this showcase, you will notice that our world is dense, interactive,
verticality is nice,
and that every inch was crafted by a designer.
Not going to be a very big game with no
You'll be well
procedural
served,
generation,
always
though.
paying attention to your surroundings too. There are secret areas just about everywhere that usually reward you with precious items.
I don't know how they're going to deal with farming and in-game content without procedural generation.
It ensures that every player has their own unique experience, and that every time you explore an area, you might just finally get that last gold ore or new battle axe you've been waiting for.
Everyone likes
We abandoned the old point-and-click model to move your character around. We wanted players to have ultimate control over their character. Every movement you make should feel tactile and be intentional. For that reason, we designed Wicked to be played using WASD or a controller.
Oh, I knew it.
Maybe I should get a controller.
Should never brought you on board. You'll never make it to Sacrament from here.
Instead of going for realism, our goal is always to create games that look like a painting come to life. Our artists spent years meticulously modeling and hand-painting all of Isola Sacra.
Hand painting? Like, with a brush on the computer?
You will traverse through plenty of breathtakingly beautiful environments, lit with natural day and night cycles, immersed in dynamic weather.
Mushroom hat looked cool as shit.
We also engineered a very special way of rendering our top-down world, where you can always see so much further into the distance. Our goal was to make everything as interactive as possible. If an object looks like you can climb it, then you can actually climb it.
I really like this. Verticality and climbing.
And if an object is too thin to walk over it, you might just need to balance your way across.
And I fall off. This is going to make a lot of players that like to explore very happy. I'm not sure I'm one of those people, but we'll see.
Right from the start, we decided to create an animation-driven combat system, which to us meant that every attack you make should be carefully considered.
Comparison.
We wanted to bring weighty, precision-driven combat to the top-down space. Combat that's inspired by several different genres, from ARPGs to fighting games. In order to overcome an opponent, you need to watch out for telegraphed behaviors and then punish accordingly. Timing, spacing, and weapon weight are incredibly important in Wicked's combat model.
I like that.
In No Rest for the Wicked, every single weapon has its own unique moveset
I love
and stats
this.
driven by RNG.
each weapon has its own skills that you can use with that weapon.
Using this dagger, I'll have a hard time breaking this enemy's shield. Let's try something different.
A little parry and counterattack.
If you time it just right, you can parry incoming attacks, allowing you to exploit an enemy's opening.
Get him!
Gear in No Rest for the Wicked comes in 4 different rarities. White items are common. Unlike in other ARPGs, they're not trash loot. We instead made those the most customizable.
Oh, fancy.
Blue items are rare. They offer only positive enchantments. Purple items are cursed. They offer very positive enchantments, but they also come with a cursed enchantment.
That's
Gold
interesting.
items are unique. They are specifically handcrafted by our designers and offer unique
I
enchantments.
like this.
This rare claymore we found has an enchantment that increases my focus gain whenever I deal damage.
Focus is like your spending resource. It looks.
Every weapon has a chance to drop with its own unique rune, which can then be extracted and used on other weapons. That way, players can come up with their own unique moveset.
Oh, I like that.
You gain focus through combat. It is then used to perform rune attacks. Let's try one.
Oh, wow.
But every now and then, you might not even need to use your weapons to get rid of an enemy. Sometimes,
still would've cut him
all
down
you
with
need
that
is a little
sword.
push.
Every
much more
weapon you find
satisfying.
in No Rest for the Wicked has its own bespoke moveset, custom made by our incredible animation department.
They really like
Squash
complimenting
and stretch
themselves
and
in this
other
video.
animation principles directly inform our combat design. Layered on
But
top
if I
of that,
stab him and he falls
enchantments
off,
that
do I get his
drastically
loot?
impact weapon behavior,
Like, I don't want to lose
and
loot.
our deep rune system. All of this culminates in a weapon system that we feel is
There we go.
extremely
I
fun
like to see an
and
archer.
engaging and allows every player to create their
Although I
own
will
style
probably play
of
melee.
combat.
Maybe
When
I'll
it
do a
comes to
mage. I
gear
never
like
do
armor,
mages.
there is a wide range of options, each with their own design and attributes. The weight of such items even affects your movement in combat.
That
For instance,
attention to
if you opted
detail
for a
is
lighter, faster
amazing.
build,
The weight
you can
of the
quick
item
step out of enemies'
affects
way. Quick
how it
steps are fast
plays in
and
the
don't
game.
consume a lot of stamina. With medium weight build, your character will dodge roll. Those are slower and consume more stamina.
which reinforces the fact that I just want to play the biggest,
For No Rest for the
nastiest,
Wicked, we
burliest
designed a
fighter,
soft class system.
wielding the biggest, heaviest weapon
Instead
I
of
can get my hands
locking you
on.
into a character class that you then have to adhere to for the entire playthrough, we want you to have the flexibility and freedom to play as the type of character you want to, and even come
The
up
art
with
is
character
so
classes
good,
we
but the
haven't even thought
characters
of.
are so ugly.
So far, we've shown what combat looks like with a more melee-focused build. Let's take a look at how combat changes for a mage.
Look at that Blinky.
This character build uses a two-handed staff. We have 3 rune specials available: Blink, Fireball, and Nova. Fighting multiple enemies is always
Can
tricky.
we play like a big, huge, nasty
When used
two-handed
right,
weapon user that has
Nova can be
Blink,
an
though?
absolute blast.
Or do you need a staff for that? And if so, can I
The
just rip a
uniqueness
tree
of
out of the
each
ground
item you
and make
find
that
a
my
craft,
staff?
being able to
Giant
create any
staff.
character build you can think
A
of through
totem.
our soft class system and the randomized loot, all of these systems combine to ensure each playthrough and every player's experience is never truly the same.
In my opinion, the bosses are one of the most important part of the game. Boss fights need to feel intense and satisfying. You should get amazing rewards and have a really good challenge. Like, to me, that's critical. The bosses
Isola Sacra
are
is riddled with plagued
really
enemies
important.
known as the Torn. As you can see, this Torn has been left to mutate and fester and will prove particularly vicious. Our best course of action is to study his moves and attack
I
whenever
wonder
we
what
see
the
an opening.
penalty for dying is going to be in this game.
Bosses are also quite brutal in No Rest for the Wicked. They will punish every mistake you will make. But keep a cool head, make use of all of the skills you've learned, and you just might succeed.
Oh yeah, you're going to kill the fuck out of this guy.
As you can see,
Ooh,
Rest
that
for the
flaming
Wicked is
sword.
an intensely
I like the
skill-based
flaming sword.
game. Your gear greatly influences your power in battle, but whether you die or overcome the challenge is ultimately down to your skill.
Looks good. I like that the loot is not click on the ground. That's so nice. Sacrament.
Along your journey, you will come across the town of Sacrament, the capital of Isola Sacra. Sacrament is a war-torn place, but over the course of your journey, you can help rebuild Sacrament to its former glory.
Oh, ignore their gates, Sacrament. They likely never seen one of your kind.
In order to demonstrate that, we'll switch to a realm that's already a little more advanced. Our goal is to make Sacrament as interesting and interactive as possible.
Read about it, Mary, where they're
Tails
tailors
at
at your
your
service. Mary, we agreed. My name goes first.
Don't pretend you don't smell it. Come have a taste.
And players will be in control over how Sacrament will evolve over time.
Probably
For
not a lot of
example,
control. It's
after my
probably
previous
just
expedition, I
tier
helped
1
Fillmore
building,
rebuild
tier 2
his
building,
navy.
tier 3 building,
He now
tier 4
sells better
building
gear
nonsense.
and is also able to upgrade our gear to a higher level.
We'll see how that
To that
crafting
effect, we aim
goes.
to make
Crafting
investing
seems to be a hot
resources
button
into
in a
Sacrament
lot of
as
these
satisfying and rewarding as investing resources into your character is. Let's take a
Yep.
look at another
See?
way you can
See?
make Sacrament your own.
games. Level 2 in.
In Sacrament, you'll be
Not
able
really
to purchase real
customizable.
estate.
Oh, we can buy a house
Well,
though.
if you have the funds to afford it.
The city's gone to shit.
Property in Sacrament can get a little bit
The
expensive,
city's gone to
but accumulate
shit.
the riches and you can choose from a wide range of properties to suit anyone's taste. Your house is the perfect place to stash your loot, craft items, relax, and plan everything out
Oh,
for your next big
people
run
love
through the
this shit.
dangerous areas surrounding Sacrament. I just moved in here, so it's a little bit barren. Let's fix that. Out on your journey, you'll be able to collect or harvest valuable resources, which then can be used to craft new gear, furniture for your home, or even make improvements to the town itself.
Yeah, I just want to make that tree a staff
Catch a
and
fish,
swing
for
that
example,
around.
and it can be cooked and eaten, of course. But certain fish scales might even make for some fine armor.
Fishing.
While I was on the shores of
Very
Sacra, I
popular
collected some
activity.
pine wood. So now, let's make use of that and make this place a little bit more
This
cozy.
art is so good. Crafting art is good. No, just like
Housing is
Tink,
incredibly
tink,
cool in
tink.
No Rest for the Wicked. Since you're not constrained to a grid, you can come up with some really organic looking designs.
I'm gonna trip over that.
The table looks nice, but it's
Brazier.
missing something. It's much better. While some items you can place in your house are just cosmetic, our goal is for most of them to be functional and have a gameplay purpose. With
That
a range of
animation
properties
is
to
so
purchase and
nice.
an incredibly flexible interior design system, we hope players will be able to find and design a unique place for them to call home.
The art is definitely the biggest positive on this game. This is what's important to me.
One last thing we'd like to show you today is a system we call Alive. Although No Rest for the Wicked features a traditional campaign, it was important to us that the Solar Sacra is very much a living, breathing world. In order to show you what that means, we're going to go to an area called Mariner's Keep. This is an area I've previously ventured through and explored. However, since my last journey through here, NIF have overrun the local area, presenting entirely new threats for me to tackle and resources for me to
That's a
scavenge.
good way to treat some of the in-game content. I like that.
The world of No Rest for the Wicked is constantly changing around you. And each time you visit a region, you'll be faced with a drastically different experience.
That's got some good potential. Yeah, I want his weapon. How do I get that?
In No Rest for the Wicked,
Oh,
you never really know what to expect.
oh, he got Hulk smash.
For those of you who asked about endgame, yes, we've got you covered. While we don't want to give away too much at this point, once you reach the endgame, you can enter the Sacrament Crucible. This is where you'll have to test your mettle against some of the toughest enemies within No Rest for the Wicked.
Our goal is and always has been to create a very different action RPG, one that will hopefully move the genre forward. We believe that Moon Studios is in an incredibly unique position to deliver on this vision. We have some of the best talent in the world united behind this.
They love
and we're not
complimenting
afraid to
themselves,
take the
though.
risks that need to be taken in order to change up the status quo.
We've poured an incredible amount of blood, sweat, and tears into this project. And now we're at a point where we need your help to shape and build Wicked into the best game it can possibly be.
Therefore, we'd like to invite all of you who love this genre, who grew up with it the same way we did, and who are excited to see a new take on it, to join us on this journey. And so we're happy to announce that we're going to be launching No Rest for the Wicked after all of these years into Steam Early Access next month on April 18th.
That's
Over
now.
the course of early access, we'll be tweaking, patching, and balancing the game with your input. And you will also see major content updates throughout development until we hit our 1.0.
Multiplayer will be interesting. I don't know what the breach is, and further updates. This is quite possibly the least information they could possibly give with pictures. They've already said we're getting early access. Multiplayer is coming. I don't know what the breach is, and then we're going to get further updates? Okay. Sure.
Release, at which point we're planning to release on consoles as well.
Wicked has been built from the ground up with multiplayer in mind. So the first of these major updates that we will be releasing in early access will be providing you with an innovative multiplayer experience, allowing you to play Wicked alongside or even against your friends.
ARPGs
Our second major content update will bring all new regions to Sacra, new enemies,
even in
narrative
PoE,
updates,
it's
and
mostly
so much
just a
more.
single-player game.
With story, system, and gameplay content updates to follow thereafter.
Your support and feedback during this very critical part of early access really does make a difference. No Rest for the Wicked begins a new era for Moon Studios, and we're committed to this project for the long run.
We're incredibly excited about what will be in No Rest for the Wicked already in day one of early access, and we can't wait to show you all the stuff that will follow in the months to come. Once the showcase is over, be sure to tune in to your favorite media and content creators for...
Alright. Looks good. I'm excited. I think it'll be an interesting game. It is gorgeous. I like a lot of the gameplay that they showed. I am interested in seeing what a Souls-like ARPG is going to be. I don't know how much in-game they're going to have, so we'll see what that looks like. I think that's the biggest concern. And we need to see what kind of customization. Are there going to be 12 viable builds, or are there going to be 120 viable builds? But I do like that weapons kind of give you a second focus point for your character. It makes weapons feel special, not just stat sticks. Launches in 12, 13 hours at this point. Let's see. If you have any questions, hit me up in the YouTube comments down below. You can come and see me on Twitch as well. And I know you've heard it 1,000 times. Like, follow, subscribe. They are very important activities for us so we can keep making content for you guys. Thank you very much, and y'all have a wonderful day.